Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The football, but I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They'll set up to throw, and he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. To Penny, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They keep it with Penny on first down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll drop to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Now back to throw. Being chased out, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly
looking for his receiver. Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Green 39.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Set. 319. 319. Detroit. Detroit. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Penny. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! We got three, fellas. Black 99 Philly, here we go! Watch it now, Barney, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Out of the gun, Loletta. On the crossing route, complete. That's Shepard. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have recovered. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go now.
Following the fumble recovery, Loretta. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Coming off play action, Loretta trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football, we're not seeing it right now.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue
90. Here's a give to Penny. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Baldwin's first catch going to be good enough for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Leaves it for Penny. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved. Cole.
And it's a fumble. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. Again, Lauletta. Over the middle, complete. That's Lewis. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They begin with a run by Penny. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12.
All right, here we go.
Now Rashad Penny, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Yeah, the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Leopard!
They'll look to throw. Pushing his way through. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Rashad Penny in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Janikowski adds the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And some room to roam now. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Lawletta now on 2nd. Forced out to his left. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawletta. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Lawletta looking to throw on 2nd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now it's Penny. And he's got some space here. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
They want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, Lawletta. Open man right side is Ingram. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
On second down, here's Lauletta. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. K.J. Wright in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Watch it now, Barney.
This is third and long. Here's Lauletta. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Patriot. Watch it now, Barney. Gun.
Now it's Lauletta. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll give it to him up the middle. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
Partner's been my experience that after two stops like that near the goal line, defense has only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A terrific run there by Penny. Give him 53 yards on the ground. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. The 20. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pick-off.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
They go for just one here as it's up and good, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Lawletta. And that is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing on 3rd down, Lawletta. Looking for Shepard deep. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. From the 9, here's 2nd and 9.
56. Lucky 56. 3 down. Hey, watch him now, Barney.
And they'll run it again with Penny. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Penny, a first down carry. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Looking to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Seahawks on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Take four. Watch you now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And now out come the Giants. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 1st down, Lauletta. He's got Lewis. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A good pickup there at 22. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And everyone on their assignment defensively there as he'll be taken down behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Now here's Lauletta. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. It's the fullback, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run with Penny.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now back to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Lauletta. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Lauletta now to throw it. He finds Beckham complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A 1st down carry for Barkley. Room here to run. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's it, boy.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's a give to Barkley, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Gun! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the G-men have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Gun! Here we go now. Blue landing. Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Detroit!
Back to throw. That's caught by Penny. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. 10 more there and another first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. To Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll go to Barkley again. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Lauletta now to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Returnable for Lockett. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? making the comeback, and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Giants, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.